Sometimes, or probably most times in my case, whenever I try to organize things, whenever I try to plan every detail, consider every fragment, it all of a sudden turns to be the opposite. It turns to be opposite because of certain laws of the universe. The universe didn't like me or didn't want that situation to take place, right? So that's why I understand that the universe itself has different plans, so it doesn't basically, they may not be that similar with your plans. That's totally okay. I understood it. That's why most of the time I try to do spontaneous decisions. But I have to be careful when I'm saying this because most of the wrongdoers and bad actions happen due to those spontaneous decisions, because you don't mostly think about the outcome of it. Although it may be easy sometimes to go with the thing that you have in your mind, it may be outcome may not be favorable as you expect. That's the case why I sometimes stick to the plans. So as an example for this case would be, let me show it. Basically, I've got a checklist. Basically, you can take a look in my checklist, which I myself printed. And the reason for this is basically I wrote the days. This is the first week, and this is the basically agenda of it. What kind of checklist it is. I think it's visible. If it's not, I'm going to explain this. So it is a checklist for my SAT exam. So basically I've got my SAT exam coming soon. I've registered for this and I have 30 days left, and that's why I decided to make a table, make a schedule my day, every hour that I spent, and write it down. So after doing every action, I'm basically gonna put the tick and consider it as a sign of completion of my task daily. So I hope that this is gonna be real productive and beneficial, because I myself, to be honest, start to feel basically more organized and more punctual due to my fixed schedule. I try to avoid unnecessary basically meetings, unnecessary talks with friends, like walkings, spending time, right? And I recommend for those people who cannot basically control their environment. What I mean by environment is basically cannot control the people around them and the time that they spend with those people. Because I've seen my friends who complain that how to become more focused, how to become more productive. And I always time to say to them that first thing, you gotta change the circle. So try to less hang around with people, even though they are good or bad friends. Just for the short moment, try to lock in and avoid a lot of meetings, because most of them do not bring you any kind of benefit. The second thing is basically deleting the social media. So I'm kind of switching to this motivational speech from this spontaneous and motivational speech, but that's okay. This is also part of the progress. So my second advice is to basically delete all social media that distracts them, that basically do not bring any benefit to them. So for example, in my case, I don't have any social media. I actually didn't have, but recently downloaded again for basically job purposes. I work, so that's why I need the Instagram where I could make videos and keep the content, right? But for other purposes, like if you don't have any job, if you don't know why you want to use your apps, it's better just not to use them. This is my advice. This is my second advice. Like, delete unnecessary stuff and try to be away from your phone. So for example, if you have like exam like me near coming, so let's say you've got 30 days or more, just tell yourself that this is temporary and it will pass after the time I finish this task. Till this time, I entered the complete discipline regime where I basically try to do everything to be focused and to be less distracted. For that, deleting social media is important and key here. I mean, these are my advice to people who ask constantly like how to be more focused and organized. Whenever I try to control things, whenever I try to make every detail, whenever I try to pay attention to every segment and detail, I notice one thing that the planning doesn't go in a way how I expect. And on top of that, it becomes worse than I expect. That's why I just let it go, let it how it is, and I can accept this fate. I accept the fate that changing the future isn't in my hand, basically. I cannot change the outcome of the certain scenario that has been written already by the universe in the future. But what I can do is to just take the best out of this every moment and try my best, actually. That's really important because a lot of people say that they tried their best but it didn't work. People just didn't see their full potential in any realm, whether it's in studies, whether it's in public speech, or whether it's, I don't know, any kind of skill that they want to master. They haven't seen their full potential, and that's why they complain that they tried but they couldn't achieve. They indeed didn't try. They don't know, some of them, how to try their complete absolute best, and they don't know what to sacrifice in order to get another thing, in order to get the favorable thing that they want, right? And indeed, I want to also emphasize one thing, that every kind of achievement comes with sacrifice. You gotta give something, you gotta give up from something in order to basically gain another thing.